He excited to be here. He pushed through, he make it look like that. That's what I'm saying. That's how a champion, like they say discipline. They say discipline is doing when you don't want to do it. Come on, ultimate discipline, man. I don't even know what I just said. Should I jump on it? Should I get involved? Guys around me, they love the show. Got take it all with a grain of salt. This thing that I'm doing, they never see through it. And all of this rap that I see that they ruin. I came in and came in, I'm trying to undo it. And still they say they don't know it.
It's just a volume day. Today we come in and just put some work in. We grind out, not necessarily boxing specific, but we want to go ahead and make sure that, you know, we're pushing.
He fucking beat me, dude. You can't fight in MMA.
Xander Zayas, who's undefeated, they're gonna fight June 27th. And there's some reports that has surfaced that Terence Crawford, remember, Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford have always been compared to one another. A lot of tendencies that they have. Both 74-inch arms, both switch from southpaw to orthodox. Both have power. Both athletic, strong, right? Boots is a little bit taller. It's being reported that Terence Crawford is helping Xander Zayas prepare for a Jaron Ennis fight, June 27th.
You know me, it's my brother. He swing, I swing. It's together. It's his birthday. Hard work ain't never killed nobody. We work.
And there it is, straight from Terence Crawford himself. The pound-for-pound great, the man who has beaten everyone put in front of him, is sitting there admitting that Xander Zayas dropped him in sparring. Let that land for a second. Bud Crawford got dropped by the man he was supposed to be preparing for, Jaron Ennis. That is not just a headline. That is a statement about exactly what kind of fighter Xander Zayas really is, heading into the biggest fight of his life.
30 seconds. However, okay, I want each person to start individually, right? So you're gonna go 30, 30, 30, 30, finish, the next person goes 30, 30, 30, 30. So your rest period is while they're doing
While they're working.
Okay? Get it?
Oh, so yeah.
So then we go into segment 4, right? That's how heavy bag segment. We're doing 1-minute splits, right?
Yeah.
So you guys can work individual bags if you want, or stay partnered up. I want one working your straight punches, the other one going heavy down to the body. Every minute we switch, okay? Again, that's a 10-minute segment. Last segment is gonna be 2 rounds on the rope, 20, 20, 20. Regular jump, high knees, double unders. We repeat 3 times, that'll equal 1 round, okay? We got 2 of those.
Xander Zayas is not just talking the talk here. He has earned the right to say these words. When Terence Crawford himself, one of the greatest fighters to ever lace up a pair of gloves, is singing your praises after you dropped him in the gym, that means everything. Zayas is a natural at 154, and he is on a mission to prove it to the entire world on fight night.
I have a great relationship with him, and obviously those words mean the world to me. From somebody like him, what he means to the island and to boxing, it's amazing. So again, like he said, I could fight, I could box, I could do it, everything in there. And inside that ring, I'm the natural 154 pounder. So I've been here for a long time. I'm here to keep taking over the division, and I'm excited to continue that.
Terence Crawford respects Xander Zayas deeply but still questions the timing. And that is fair. But here is what Crawford is not factoring in. He got dropped by this same man in sparring. If Zayas can put Bud Crawford on the canvas during preparation, then the idea that it is too early for him starts looking a lot less convincing. Zayas has already proved something enormous behind closed gym doors.
Man, that's a tough fight, you know, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, you know, that he has in himself. And he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's going to do real well in that fight. You know, I just think, you know, right now, you know, it's a little bit too early for him.
Jaron Ennis is acknowledging that Xander Zayas has the best skill set at 154, and that is massive coming from a man who rates himself as highly as Boots does. But notice he still left the door open for a first-round finish. That confidence is real, but so is the danger that Zayas brings. Boots has never faced anyone who has put Terence Crawford on the floor in sparring.
I think Xander's the best guy out of everyone that you've fought so far. I mean, obviously you haven't been in the ring with him yet, but are you expecting that at least?
I mean, I can't really say like you said because I haven't been in the ring with him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? I can go in there in the first round and get him out there, and we're not able to see nothing from him. So, like, I can't really say, but I think he got out of all the guys at 54, he got a better skill set than most of those guys at 54.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rolly Romero is going with Boots based on experience and age, and that is the argument everyone keeps reaching for. But youth and power are dangerous weapons, and Xander Zayas has both in abundance. The man dropped Terence Crawford in sparring. Experience does not always cancel out raw ability when it is combined with size, skill, and genuine hunger.
It's hard to really go against Boots because on that one with specifically Xander, you know, I feel Xander's still young, you know? Boots is a lot older and has a lot more.
Greg Hackett has broken this down perfectly. Xander Zayas is not just a puncher. He brings everything to the table. Size, youth, energy, skill, and durability. He has never been stopped and he has never gone down. That combination is genuinely frightening for anyone at 154, including Jaron "Boots" Ennis. This is not a step up too soon. This is a man who is absolutely ready to take over a division.
What I love about the fight is Xander's big, young, strong, skillful, and he not afraid. Boots, we know he trying to bring everything to the table, the speed, the power, you know, just the lights. He bringing everything to it. I think it's a great test for Boots because this is a guy who you can say is durable. You can say he's durable because he's never been stopped. I never even seen him go down. You know what I mean? So it's not like we talking about a jump. You know what I mean? He come in to fight. And I think this kid being young will make him dangerous. Him being young, energetic, and then a big guy. He got real good size to him. You know what I mean? Strong guy. And I think that right there enough is going to make it.
This is exactly why Xander Zayas is going to be a problem for Jaron "Boots" Ennis on fight night. Calm, collected, and completely unbothered under pressure. He let Boots touch those belts because he knows they are coming home with him regardless. That composure at a face-off is the same composure you need when the rounds get tough and the crowd is roaring. Zayas does not crack. He makes statements.
Well, to be honest, I mean, I knew that was something that was going to happen. He was going to touch the belt, and at the beginning I told him, touch him. This is the closest you're going to get to them, so I don't mind you touching what's mine, because at the end of the day he's gonna stay at home. But then at the end he just started rubbing and I'm like, all right, bro, like we're good, like you don't have to keep touching him. And he touched him again, so I dropped him. I'm like, all right, this is the last time, what's up? And that's about it.
Eddie Hearn loved every second of that face-off, and he is absolutely right that spite sells fights. But what he saw from Xander Zayas was something deeper than just temper. That was a champion protecting what is his and making it crystal clear that Boots Ennis crossed a line. That spite is going to be fueling Zayas from the moment he walks into that arena on fight night, and Boots might just feel the consequences of it.
You know, I think you know, when you're getting poked like that in a face-to-face, you know, after a while the temper goes, and it's good. You know, I think it's going to be that kind of fight.
Greg Hackett is speaking pure wisdom here. It comes down to that one night, and Xander Zayas has all the tools to impose himself completely on Jaron "Boots" Ennis. Use the size, use the range, box smart, and let those hands go when the moment is right. Zayas has the power to end the night early, and after what he did to Terence Crawford in sparring, nobody should be sleeping on that possibility.
I mean, listen, man, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. It always comes down to that night. You know what I mean? You got to be right that night. My opinion, Xander would have to use his size. You know what I mean? Use your size, impose your will. Box a little bit, but impose your will at times. You know what I mean? Don't let Boots steal the rounds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who's to say though? That kid might hit hard enough to get a knockout. We don't know. You know what I mean? And that's why I love the fight. Absolutely. We don't know, because one thing I can say, not to cut you off, when your back is to the wall, man, you do some amazing things. You know what I'm saying? So who knows?
Rating Boots Ennis as the second best fighter in the world on pure boxing ability is a bold statement, and there is no denying that Boots is exceptional. But boxing ability alone does not win fights. Size matters. Power matters. Heart matters. And Xander Zayas has all three in frightening quantities. The man who dropped Terence Crawford in sparring is not walking into this fight to make up the numbers.
I think Boots is a more skilled boxer than Xander Zayas. I think Boots is phenomenal. I got him as the second best fighter in the world. I got Shakur Stevenson. And when I say that, I'm not talking about accolades, what they've achieved, achievements and stuff like that. I'm just talking about boxing ability. That's why I think Boots beat me. Unless, like my man said, he's not as good. And I said that when the fight was announced.
Roy Jones Jr. is a legend and his advice to Xander Zayas is solid. But here is the thing. Zayas has been learning from Terence Crawford himself in the gym and he dropped him in the process. That is the best possible education any young fighter could ask for. The repertoire is being built right now and fight night against Boots Ennis is where Zayas gets to show the whole world exactly how far he has come.
Xander is a good fighter, but I don't know if he's on Boots level yet.
What's the best advice you could give him if he's heading into it?
Just keep trying to advance, keep learning your craft, keep studying your craft, keep working on your repertoire, because having a deep repertoire is what it's going to take to beat a guy like Boots, because Boots has a great repertoire.
Xander Zayas is not just physically growing. He is surrounded by the same elite team that keeps Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson at the very top of the sport. That is not a coincidence. That is a young champion who has made every right decision on the way up and is now ready to prove that he belongs at the very summit of the 154-pound division.
If they don't lose weight, then they got to move up, because that's the whole point of fighting at 154. You got to make a little bit of weight. I'm growing, I'm getting better, I'm getting bigger. We keep controlling it. I have a great nutritionist team that work with me. The ones that work with Terence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, so they know what they're doing. And I believe in them throughout, my whole career.
Even Oscar de la Hoya, a man who knows exactly what it takes to be great in this sport, is calling this fight genuinely difficult to predict. He leans slightly toward Boots, but he cannot dismiss Zayas, and that speaks volumes. When a golden boy like Oscar cannot separate two fighters confidently, it means Xander Zayas belongs in this conversation completely and nobody should be counting him out.
In the 154-pound division, Xander Zayas versus Boots Ennis. This is more like it. This is what we want to see.
This is a phenomenal fight, and they're both in their primes. Xander Zayas is 23 years old. He turned pro when he was 17, and he's a unified world champion, going in there against Boots Ennis, who he's only had one fight against the guy who was, 14-1? Got rid of him in a round. So he's completely, I don't care, what Eddie Hearn was saying. That guy was untested. So he's completely untested at 154 pounds in there against one of the best champions in the division. Mate, that fight is going to be electric. Puerto Rico in Brooklyn on June 27th. That is going to be phenomenal. The atmosphere.
Even Oscar de la Hoya, a man who knows exactly what it takes to be great in this sport, is calling this fight genuinely difficult to predict. He leans slightly toward Boots, but he cannot dismiss Zayas, and that speaks volumes. When a golden boy like Oscar cannot separate two fighters confidently, it means Xander Zayas belongs in this conversation completely and nobody should be counting him out.
There's still two young guys. Boots is 28, but he's still a young guy. He's in his prime. And, Xander Zayas is 23. And when I look at this matchup initially, the first thing I think about, is it too soon for Xander Zayas? Is it a year too soon? Is it a year and a half too soon? Some would say, but he's still he's a two-time world champion. That doesn't mean that he's ready for this. I think Xander, and I like Xander a lot. I like him a lot personally. I like his movement. I like how he's carried himself, and I like him. I've seen his growth, calling his fights on ESPN. He's got a lot to like. He's got the range. He's got the height. He's tough. He's got a whole country behind him, and he fully embraces trying to be the next great Puerto Rican champion. And he's going to cause some problems for Boots Ennis throughout this fight. But my initial question is this too soon? Or is it the right time? Is it ripe and the right time for Xander Zayas? And for Jaron Boots Ennis, he needed this name. He needed this kind of matchup, because that's been the biggest knock on him. It's like,
Let us talk about what is truly at stake here, because this fight goes far beyond two belts and a headline. Jaron Boots Ennis has been waiting for a moment like this for years. He has been calling out the best, demanding the biggest names, and finally getting his shot against a genuine unified champion in Xander Zayas. If Boots wins, and wins convincingly, he cements himself as the undisputed king of 154, and the conversation about pound-for-pound greatness starts immediately. He becomes impossible to ignore and the entire division bows to him. Xander Zayas has a whole nation behind him, an elite team around him, and the knowledge that he put Terence Crawford on the canvas while getting ready for this exact fight. That is not just preparation. That is destiny knocking on the door. Drop your prediction in the comments right now. Does Xander Zayas shock the world on June 27th, or does Jaron Ennis prove why he is considered one of the best on the planet? Who wins and how? Let us know below. Smash that like button and subscribe, because when this fight goes down we will be covering every single moment of the fallout. Do not miss it.